Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm eating my dinner, a pasta bake. Just thought I would pop on and do a little video kind of talking about myself, not to be vain or anything, but I guess you don't really know much about me as a person. Obviously I've talked a bit on my channel about my autism, my mental health, and my love for music, obviously, bullet journaling, that kind of stuff. But I thought it would be really cool if you got to know me as me. So question number one for myself. I've got a blocked here, so I've got cotton wool in my ear in case you're wondering. Question number one about myself. What is my real name? I say my real name. What is my full name? So my full name is Holly Rebecca Allison. Some people call me Ducky. Some people call me Bob. Some people call me Chicken Bob. Don't ask. But my name is Holly. And fun fact, my swimming teacher, I just found out recently, has the same first name and the same middle name as me, which is so weird. Like, how does that even work? That's just mad. Question number two. What do I do for a living? So, I currently work as a part-time cleaner in a church, and I also volunteer at that same church at a cafe another day. So 3 days a week, basically, which is so much fun. And the cleaning is great because I can just put my headphones in and listen to a podcast or some music or something. And the cafe is so much fun because you get to know all the people that come in. It tends to be kind of the same people each week. And lots of the lovely elderly ladies that come in. And they go, "I have my usual today, please." And I'm like, okay, I think I know what that is. But I seem to get it right most of the time. None of them have complained so far. So, you know. But it's great fun. And Karen, if you're watching this, the kitchen manager, you haven't done the bolognese and cheddar panini in a while. So, question 3. What is my favourite colour? Now, I don't know if I've ever mentioned this before. Everyone that knows me will know the answer to this. Pause the video and write in the comments down below what you think my favourite colour is. And then continue this video to see if you got it right. But my favourite colour, I'm actually wearing it right now. No, it is not mint green, although I do love mint green. It's yellow. My friend actually made me this scrunchie and I love it. Now, my favourite colour is yellow. I last week recently moved, and you can tell that I live here because there's yellow everywhere. And I'm probably going to do a separate house tour if that's something that people will be interested in. But literally everything is yellow and I love it. I wouldn't have it any other way. And I think also that's possibly related to my autism. On the day I was born, my mum and my grandma both bought me this blanket. And it's yellow and it has flowers on it, and I've still got it to this day. And they think because it's the first thing I saw, really, and it was yellow, that I kind of loved yellow because of that. And I think also a very common trait in people with autism is that they have special interests. And I know that obviously I love my music and I love recording and playing and stuff. But I reckon that my special interest is just yellow. Can that even be a thing? I think it can be, because it's not even oh, if I see something I like, oh, that looks nice in silver, I'll get that. It's if they have it in yellow, I have to get it. I can't not get it in yellow, and I'll specifically look for things in yellow. If I could have my whole house yellow, I would. Which is ironic, because I'm eating pasta right now, which is yellow. And it's got sweet corn in it, which is yellow. I love yellow, woo! Okay, I'm losing track. Was that question 3? I think that was question 3. Question 4. Which, by the way, I'm just making up the questions as I go. Question 4. What is my faith? So, I would class myself as a Christian. I've grown up going to church pretty much my whole life. But it probably wasn't until, I don't know, I guess I kind of, even after my parents split up and we all kind of gradually started going to different churches, I went to a church by myself for a while. And I guess I was kind of just going, but I didn't really know why. I was baptised when I was 12, baptised and confirmed. But I'm still not really sure I knew then. Like, obviously I knew why I was doing it, but I don't think it was fully 100% committed. And probably the first time I would say I really was when I moved to the church I'm at now. And it's great. Like, obviously, it's great to be able to worship our God and be able to do that, because I know a lot of countries are not in a position where they can do that. And I love being part of the worship band, and there's just some amazing people that I've met at the church that are like long friends, and just the support you get from one another. It's great. Okay, question 5. What is my favourite food? Again, if you know me personally, then I hope you would get this right. My favourite food is bread sauce. It's so random, and I don't know where it even came from, this obsession with bread sauce. I just remember like being younger and just always having bread sauce, like just even on its own. I dip pizza in it. I like introduced my friends to dipping pizza in bread sauce. Not sure they're going to carry on the tradition, but it's great. I love bread sauce, especially Coleman's bread sauce. But I have to say that my friend Lynn makes a mean fish pie as well, and that is really good. Right, I'm pretty sure this is question number 6. So question number 6 is, what do I like to do in my free time? Well, towards the end of last year, I decided to face one of my biggest fears, which was learning to swim. So I don't know really where it kind of developed. I had swimming lessons when I was younger, like as you kind of do, like before primary school and at primary school and stuff. I was never the strongest swimmer, and I think I've always kind of been skeptical of swimming. I remember going in primary school and like crying because I had to get in the pool. There was a time where I was on a Christian summer camp one year, and my mum had told them, the leaders, that I couldn't swim. And we played this game in the water. They persuaded me to join in, and I was like, okay, it's in shallow end, it's fine. And we had to go round in a circle, and I can't remember what we were doing other than we were in a circle. And I was like, it's fine, it's in shallow end. But what I didn't think about was we're going in a circle, so at some point you're going to get to the bit that's closer to the deep end. And I got to that bit, and I must have just lost my footing. I started going backwards, but of course I can't swim, so I'm slowly like going down, and then I grab onto the person in front of me and bless her, drag her down, which feel terrible about now, like, I don't know, 16 years later. But there we go, that's what my instinct was, and thankfully someone like managed to get hold of me on the side, but it was really scary. And I think that also kind of put me off learning to swim. One of my biggest fears is the deep end of a swimming pool. I don't like the thought of not having my feet on the ground. And the problem when I have my swimming lessons is my teacher always says, it will be better if you put your head in the water as you swim, because you're using so much of your energy trying to keep your head out of the water, and it's slowing you down. But I don't like having my face in for 2 reasons. 1, because I don't like the sensation of the water up my nose. And 2, I don't like seeing how far off the ground I am, and if I put my face under the water, you can see how far off the bottom you are, and that scares me. So, anyway, it's going okay. I actually apparently swam 17 meters after August. Well, about 6 months. So I wouldn't call it swimming, she called it swimming. But I'm actually really enjoying them. So I do that once a week. Well, kind of. It's hit and miss because we both sometimes have stuff on, but I tend to do that once a week. And I also am part of rock choir, which is kind of like self-explanatory, like a choir where we sing pop, rock, like loads of different songs. It's so much fun. There's so many across like the UK, and they just started it in Northern Ireland, and I would really, really recommend it if you're close by. I've made so many friends like from being in the choir, and my confidence has just like grown. So it's literally the highlight of my week. So I have that as well. And you know, I just like seeing my friends and like going out for meals. And to be honest, I find socializing quite tiring. And I think that is the autism. So I'm quite happy for like someone to come round to mine and just do a puzzle or something and watch TV. I love doing puzzles. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll know that I've got about 12 Christmas ones waiting to be done in my cupboard. So, and I've done a few paint by numbers as well, diamond art, that kind of thing. What else? Oh, I love knitting. I say love knitting. I like knitting. My grandma taught me to knit. Sadly, she's no longer with us, but she taught me to knit about 11 years ago. Wow, that's quite a long time now I think about it. And I just finished knitting a scarf as a Christmas present. Which, no, I'm not really early for this year. I'm late for last year. But it's fine. He totally understood. But I like knitting, and I tried to learn to crochet, but I couldn't get the hang of it. But I would like to try that again at some point. But yeah, I'm really kind of like a creative person. Obviously, I love writing songs and making music. That's like my main thing. So, yeah. Oh, my pasta's gone a bit cold now. Question 7, I think. Do I have like a collection? Do I collect anything? Yes. And I like to collect probably the most random thing ever. But if you couldn't tell by question 1, where I told you what some people call me, I like to collect rubber ducks. And I don't know where it came from, like this obsession. And I think partly it might be because the majority of rubber ducks are yellow. I don't know, like, you can see the correlation there. But I'm just obsessed with rubber ducks. And I think that's where my nickname probably came from. I like all ducks, like just normal ducks as well. But rubber ducks are especially the best. And I'll put a photo of my collection in now. I've displayed them all now that I've moved, and it's so cool. But anything rubber duck related or duck related, just, oh, I love it. Question 8. What TV shows do I like? What music am I into? They're kind of 2 questions, but I'll do it all in one. So my favourite TV shows, my favourite TV show ever is Glee. It's amazing. Like, I just love what it stands for, and like the fact that it shows diversity, and like the message of the show is just so great, and I can relate to some of it, like, which is really good. And of course it has music in it, so why wouldn't I like it? And they're doing a rewatch podcast at the moment, which I've been listening to at work, and it's so cool. So I'm loving that. I really love The Office, but the American version. Don't hate me. I watched a BBC one. I kind of got bored. The American one is amazing. It's hilariously funny. Watch it if you haven't. It's great. I like Friends. SpongeBob SquarePants, yes please. Pingu is amazing. I don't know, just like I really like a lot of like Disney and Nickelodeon shows. I've never really much been into like adult programs. Like I don't mind like The Big Bang Theory or like How I Met Your Mother or New Girl and stuff like that. Never really been into it as much as I have like the kids stuff. As for music, I like my music because I wouldn't make it if I didn't like it. But what do I like listening to? I listen to a lot of worship music. I have like a playlist of over 200 worship songs on my YouTube, which I think I have made public now, because for a while it wasn't. And it's called something like OBC Cafe Music, because I created the playlist for the cafe I work at. But I've made it public because it's like just a great worship playlist. I really like the early 2000s, so like old school Avril Lavigne, like country Taylor Swift, like the 90s, like Spice Girls. Oh, my favourite boy band, controversial, is Westlife. I love Westlife songs. Don't know what it is about them. I think they're just so comforting, and like the songs are just like, I much prefer like songs from that era than songs now, because I just feel like they're so overproduced, and like I'm not really a fan of rap and like all this like really loud, like fast-paced stuff. I much prefer like acoustic music. But one person that I am really obsessed with is Sabrina Carpenter. Maybe not so much her music as she's progressed, but especially a lot of her old stuff. Love it. Oh, also a cappella music. Obsessed. Pentatonics is amazing, and I'm so sad that the only tickets I could get for their tour, because they're coming to England, was the standing ones. Oh, I don't want to stand for like 2 hours or whatever, which is really annoying, because I would have loved to have seen them. If I knew they were coming, I would have like done it earlier, but I didn't know. It just came up on Facebook. There's also a group on YouTube that I follow called Voctive. I think they're called. I always call them Voctave, but it's not. It's Voctive, because it's like an octave, and then the V is like 5. I don't know. They said something about it, but they're amazing. They do so many like really cool a cappella arrangements, and I just think, wow, I'd love to be able to hold a note for that long. Like, there's this guy in it, and he holds a note for like 20 seconds. I'm not joking. And I'm like, oh, I'm so jealous. They sound amazing. So anyway, I'm going to leave it there because I can't think of any more questions at the moment. But, oh, and also with hobbies, I like to read as well. I don't do it as much as I should do, but I do like to read. What have I been reading at the moment? Oh, I'm reading a Matt Haig book called The Midnight Library. Halfway through it, but because I've just moved, I can't find it. So I haven't been able to keep reading it. I'm sure it'll turn up somewhere. But I also really like Enid Blyton books. There's a series she did called The Naughtiest Girl in the School, and I managed to find on eBay all 10, well, I already had 3 of them, so the rest of the 7 of the series from the older versions I had, because I had like the new version. But I had like 3 of like the really, it was like back in the 90s somewhere. So I got like the originals of them, which is really cool. But they're just great books. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed getting to know me a bit. Me and my pasta bake that I've nearly finished. But it's been really nice just to like do a video where I don't really have to do anything except talk, because it doesn't really take much planning or effort. Like, I literally just came up with this as I filmed this. But yeah, hope you've enjoyed getting to know me. If you want to know me more, or, you know, if you want to hear more of my music, or I haven't really done bullet journaling lately. I'm so bad at that. I was in a really good habit, and then I've moved and everything was so stressful. So I need to get back into that. But if you want to see more of my videos, then hit the subscribe button and ring the bell to receive notifications every time I upload a new video. Oh, I've never said it like that before. And give this video a thumbs up and comment down below what other kind of things you want to see me do in a video, because I like to hear your suggestions. So I hope you have a good evening or morning or day, whenever you're watching this. And I'll see you on the next video. Bye, guys.